My name is Teresa Roth, and I'm a Hayden homeowner. And what this proposal is really 5 different proposals. There's parts of it that are very uncontroversial that even I have no problem with, but there's parts of it that are very controversial. What I'm going to address is the conversion to mixed residential. That's what most of my comments here refer to. Okay, I'm going to start with a quote from the city attorney's brief that was written in response to my complaints about unenforced density limits. And even though we disagree about the density limits, I think she gets right to the heart of the matter. The quote is, "The due process guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution requires Hayden's laws to be definite and certain in their statement so that a person of ordinary intelligence can understand them." As someone who has spent a lot of time reading comprehensive plans and zoning regulations, I can assure you that several of Hayden's zoning regulations are unconstitutional, including the self-contradictory definition of mixed residential zoning. We've already written to the city council about these contradictions, and we're not convinced by the city's argument that explain away the fact that the minimum mixed residential lot size do not conform to the claimed density limits. Now, even the city attorney has weighed in on this. But when the city zoning code is so convoluted that the attorney needs to write a 4-page memo to clarify the meaning of 3 sentences in the zoning codes, I think that the standard of a person of ordinary intelligence understanding what this zoning code really is about has been violated. We believe that Hayden needs clear, unambiguous, non-contradictory zoning laws, and that the zoning code for mixed residential should be revised. And in the meantime, it does not make any sense to convert hundreds of parcels from a zoning designation that is well understood to a confused and self-contradictory zoning code. The inherent problem with vague zoning codes is that they rely on the subjective interpretation of individuals. Why would anybody have to resort to the word of a city official to figure out what a zoning code is? Why can't the mixed residential zoning density be obvious from the inspection of the code itself? When zoning laws are not clear and they're arbitrarily enforced, the laws favor powerful, wealthy corporations that can afford lawyers to advance their wills. For individual property owners of limited means, clear and consistently enforced laws are their only safeguard. Before rezoning any parcels to mixed residential, the city should change the mixed residential zoning designation to make it conform to a predictable, enforceable, understandable density. This should be easy and straightforward to do. In fact, I have done it for you. And it took about half an hour. The top chart demonstrates what a point I've already made, which is that the claimed 8 unit density is false, and that the real densities of mixed residential is much higher than that. The bottom part is just making basic calculations of what the minimum lot size would have to be in order to actually enforce a practical density of approximately 8. And I even went a little higher than that because the realistic densities aren't the same as the theoretical. So the proposed densities outlined above are not only compatible with existing residential multifamily zoning, they provide more options and additional flexibility for both developers and existing properties. This chart only took a few minutes to prepare. It is obvious and straightforward. It's so obvious that it begs the question, why didn't the city do this in the first place, and why doesn't it fix it now? There is an answer. The fact is the planners who developed the 2040 comp plan never intended the mixed residential development to be limited to 8 dwellings per acre. It's a ruse. The minimum lot sizes for mixed residential were selected for a very specific purpose, and everybody knows what they are. They were selected to enable the densification of existing single-family neighborhoods. The lot size minimums for both duplexes and triplexes were intentionally specified in such a way that they could be built on a single-family lot of approximately 82,000 square feet. Once an older single-family lot is designated to mixed residential, developers will be able to buy up older homes and replace them with duplexes or triplexes in what was formerly a single-family neighborhood. This is exactly the type of development that advocates of smart growth promote, and it is already being done in cities throughout the country.
Ms. Roth, I'm sorry, your time's up. 5 minutes are up. Thank you.